Greetings, friends. Personal trainers Erin and Lauren here. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you're doing well. Welcome back to all of those of you who joined us in our previous workout video. We really appreciate and value your response. Please keep them coming because it helps us know how to design these workouts for you. And today's workout is going to cater toward the senior population. That's right, for seniors. And also it's going to be relevant for all beginners trying to get back into an exercise routine. And so we thank you for joining us today, and we know that we're going to need some equipment. And so there are 4 things that you want to keep in mind for this workout. The first one is a sturdy chair with a backrest. The second piece of material is your hand weights. And we've got a weight that actually has sand in it, or you can use an iron weight. The second piece of equipment is your elastic tubing. So it's stretchy and it's got your handles on each end. Keep in mind that the thicker the circumference of the band, the harder or more challenging the exercise becomes. So if it's a thinner band, it's going to be a little bit easier. If it's thicker, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. So you might say, oh, you know, I don't have an exercise tube or hand weights. What should I do? Well, that's when you can get creative. Find something in your pantry or closet. For example, a can of beans or a jar of corn, tomatoes, whatever you can find to give yourself a little bit of resistance. That's right. 2 more things you're going to need. You're going to need a table about knee height. Now we're going to use this piano bench, but you want to make sure it's a stable enough table. A coffee table would be great as long as it's stable. Now if you don't have any of those things, you can always use your couch. You can use a couch. And the final thing you're going to need is definitely a bottle of water, filled already with water, so it's ready to go, so you can sip on the water during your workout. Remember, guzzling water during a workout can make you feel nauseated, so sipping on the water is always best. That's right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started, but before that, the most important thing, we're going to ask a blessing on this workout. So let's pray. Let's bow our heads. Loving Father, we thank you so much for giving us life today. We thank you for the opportunity to move and to exercise when there are so many people that can't. And so we ask that you would please be with us and guide us. Help us to work out that we can live for you. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, are you ready to get started? We're going to start with 11 warm-up drills, each 1 minute long. The first one is the side-to-side step touch. So we're going to step to the right, step to the left. Step to the right, step to the left. That's right. And you may already be naturally swinging your arms at your side. Good job. That's what we want to do. We want to warm up the lower half as well as the upper half. Notice here that our knees are slightly bent. Our hips are pushed back. So we're creating a little bit of a crease here between our belly and our thighs. As you bend your knees deeper, the exercise becomes a little harder. If you stand taller, it's a little bit easier. So you can decide what you want to do today. That's the good news about all of these drills is that you can modify them. So no matter what level you're on, you can do something. That's good news. Yes. Oh, don't forget to breathe. Sometimes we hold our breath for whatever reason, and we want to keep that breath flowing. So we breathe in from the nose, and we push that air down as we breathe in, and then we exhale through the mouth. In and out. Good. Now we're going to start with a marching. So I'm going to grab my chair, and I'm going to be doing the more modified version in a chair, and Erin's going to be doing the more advanced option. So if you've never marched before, we want to keep a few things in mind. Number 1, we're going to get our heart rate up. Number 2, you want to keep your back nice and straight. Okay, so we're not hunched over, but we're going to keep nice and tall. Another thing is try to just bring your knee up to the sky. That's really what a march is. It's a great way to activate the abdominals, and like I said, it's a great way to get the blood pumping. Oh yes. Now, have you thought about your posture when you do this? Okay, so we're sitting tall, but what about those shoulder blades? Are you allowing those to move as you bring the arm back? That's something that not everybody thinks about, but it is something important to think about. Good. Can you go a couple more? Just a few more seconds. All right, we're marching like soldiers. You can do this. Come on, let's get in shape. Okay, we're gonna come to a stop. The next one is the bend over reach. So from a standing position or seated, we're gonna extend the right leg, toe up, and we're gonna breathe in, reach for the knee, ankle, or toe, and then we're gonna come back up, roll the shoulders, and then switch. Straighten, bend, really push the buttocks back like you're reaching for an imaginary chair if you're standing. Breathe in and breathe out. And the nice thing about all of these moves is that you can either go quickly or you can go nice and slow and keep it more gentle. So for the purpose of today's warm-up, we're gonna go a little bit more slowly so you can really get the hang of it, because if you're standing, it does require some balance, which we all need to work on. But you can see that Lauren is doing this move in the chair. It's a little bit more user-friendly. So if you feel a little wobbly on your feet, maybe try a few in the chair, see if you feel a little bit better. But we like this stretch because it really helps to open up your hamstrings. One more. Excellent. Okay, the next one is also going to open up your hamstrings, and everybody's going to grab a chair now. Okay, so you're going to take a step to the side, and what we're going to do is we're going to swing our leg like a pendulum on a clock. So we're going to go ahead on the inside leg. We're going to swing. You will feel a squeeze in your buttocks, by the way. But we want to stabilize with the chair. If your balance is wobbly, please use your chair. Now, if you want to do a little more of a challenge, let go of the chair like Erin's doing and try that. Okay, so let's work on form. We want to keep the leg nice and straight, toes pointed up to the sky, and we want to move from the hip and not the lower spine. Good. Now we're going to come to a stop. We're going to turn the other way, inside arm holding onto the chair, and we're going to go ahead and swing. Other leg. I like this one because it also keeps the heart rate somewhat elevated. Yes. Whew. We want to really stand nice and tall. How tall can you stand? Grow an inch. Excellent job. Just a few more seconds. Really brace your core. Last one, and relax. Now we're going to go in front of the chair. We're going to work on a hip hinge. Okay, we're leading up to a squat, but we want to start the squat properly. So you want to take your feet about shoulder distance, hands on the hips. We're going to sit toward the edge of the chair, not all the way back. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the chest over top of the thigh, and then we're going to straighten the back. Let's try that again. Let's hinge. So what we're feeling when we're hinging, do you feel a pinch there?
I do.
Okay, where the belly meets the thigh, you're going to feel that pinch. That's the crease. We want to feel that. This is the beginning move of getting out of a chair properly without hurting yourself. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you don't want to round from your lower back. Okay, so you've got to bring your shoulder blades back. That's right, bring the shoulder blades back. Are we ready to stand? Let's try to stand on this one. Ready? Push into the floor. Stand all the way up and go back. And straighten. Keep that back nice and straight. Good. This is an excellent way to really strengthen the legs as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind, we're going to be doing these in the workout. So I want to go ahead and emphasize control. Control your body down. Don't plop down, but use your legs. You'll build muscle that way. Excellent job.
Okay, we're done with the squats. Now from here, we're going to keep our feet shoulder width for those of you who are standing, and we're going to reach up with the left arm, and we're going to bend like a tree to the right. Lateral flexion here, and then we're going to come back up to a neutral position and switch. Left arm up or right arm, doesn't really matter, and we're going the opposite direction. So the whole point of this one is to warm up the shoulder girdle, just a fancy term for your shoulders. And then warming up the sides of the body, the obliques, even your lats, and your serratus muscles. Very good. So keep in mind here, we've got about 30 seconds left. We want to try to breathe in from the nose, exhale over. Breathe in from the nose, Exhale over. Good. About 10 seconds here. In and out. Squeeze your buttocks tight if you're standing with me. This way we don't use our lower back. It feels nice, doesn't it? And relax. Great job. Okay, this next warm-up drill is called Slice the Air. So from a standing position, if you're following me, you want to have your feet shoulder width. With Lauren, you're going to be in the chair, feet shoulder width. And we're going to alternate arms, and we're going to go right over left, left over right. Right over left, left over right. So you might be asking, where should I feel this? Good question. You should feel it in your chest, a little bit in your shoulders, and even your biceps. Use a little bit of momentum, but avoid using your lower back. So to do that, try to squeeze your butt muscles together. And this prevents using your lower back. So it actually protects your back. Do you feel that? Good. Keep going. We've got about 30 seconds to go. Keep in mind, you can keep it slow and gentle, or you can go a little bit more vigorous. It just depends on what you need today. I really like this one because it really awakens the scapula muscles. The back side is where we tend to forget and we tend to cave in and our posture suffers. So this actually can help with our posture to become stronger. Very good. Okay, we're going to do the empty handers. Now that we've loosened up the shoulder blades, we're going to work them a little bit and tone them back there. So you're going to curl the fingers in toward the wrist, and you're going to point your thumbs out to the side. Now we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together as we bring the arms back. Let's try that again. Imagine you have a sheet of paper right between your shoulder blades. Shoulder blades are right back here. Okay, now we're going to squeeze that piece of paper as we bring those thumbs back. Now, at the same time, we want to depress the shoulder blades down toward the chair if you're seated, or toward the floor if you're standing, like Erin. Are you starting to feel a burn back there?
I do.
Okay.
I feel it.
These are great. This is just a great overall exercise to do. You can hold weights, you don't have to, but for the purpose of this workout, we're warming up by doing this one. Excellent job. Come on, let's go for a few more. Keep your nice tall posture. Remember, no scrunching the shoulders. We want to pull them down toward the floor. Good, let's go 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Does anybody have tight hips out there? Find your chairs. And we're going to everybody's going to do this in a chair. And I want you to sit on the edge of your chair as best you can with your feet about shoulder width. Get as tall as you can. Pretend that you're growing an inch, and you're going to take one leg, it doesn't matter which one, and you're going to cross it over the other. Now, Lauren and I are pretty flexible. You might be here. That's fine. But what we want to try to do is gently press the thigh down towards the floor until you feel a stretch in the side of your hip. Do you feel that? We have 6 tiny muscles that help to rotate our hip. And if we sit too much, if we're very sedentary, they get very tight and it can cause back pain, actually. Did you ever think about how tight hips can cause lower back pain? And indeed they can. So in general, we want to try to stay as tall as we can without leaning to the direction we're pushing. Mm-hmm. So we want to brace our core. The tighter in here we are, the better stretch we will get. So now we're going to uncross and we're going to switch sides, and we do the same thing. And we want to try to flex that foot. Flexion just means we're curling the toe to the shin, and we're going to do the same thing. Nice and tall, sitting even on both butt bones, and we're going to press down until you feel that stretch. And you can intensify by leaning forward. Good. And relax here. Very nice. Okay, we're going to stretch the hip flexor next. So the hip flexors are right in through here, and they can get really tight when we sit all day. So we're going to show you a stretch you can do in the chair. So from a seated position, we want to actually turn our bodies one direction. The inside arm holds onto the chair, while the outside leg is going to go backwards so that your toe is into the floor and that your heel is up, away from the floor. Now we're going to take the outside arm and we're going to bend it like this, like you're pulling something back. Okay, now if you can take it a step further, we're going to extend the arm back. Now this is really going to challenge your muscles flexibility right in through here. So if you have some issues with your shoulders, I would keep it here. Now we're going to challenge you even more, and you're going to look behind you toward your thumb. Okay, excellent. Can you hold that stretch a little bit longer? Good. Now we're going to turn the head, and we're going to bend the elbow and lower the arm. We're going to bring the leg forward to meet the other one, and we're going to switch and do the other side. Can you do the other side with us? So place your hand on the inside arm on the chair. We're going to bring the leg back. You're going to feel it right in here. Now if you want a deeper of a stretch, lean back. If you want it even deeper, push the heel down toward the floor and hold that. Let's bring the arm to a bent position. You're going to feel a more deep stretch here. Good. Now keep your spine tall. Keep your abs braced. We're going to bring the arm back. Okay, and for a challenge, look behind you. Like you're in the driver's seat and you're trying to look behind you in the car. Very good. Now we're going to look in front of us. We're going to bend from the elbow and drop the arm down to the side. Carefully bring the legs together. Excellent. So this next one, I'm going to actually stand for this, but Lauren's going to stay seated. We're going to stretch out your ankles, okay? So we've got our feet close together. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out with the heels and then out with the toes, out with the heels, out with the toes. So we're in a straddle position. We're going to come back in, out, in, out. A little faster. Out, in, out, in, out, in, and in. Out, in, out, in, out. One more time. Out, in, and inside. Ooh, you really feel that inner thigh. Now for this next one, I'm going to stand, I'm going to try to balance, and I'm going to grab underneath my knee, and I'm going to rotate. One direction, big circles. You might hear some popping, some creaking. That's okay. Now reverse directions. Good. And clearly you can do this in a chair, just like Lauren. Foot down. Now the version I'm doing is more challenging. This works all the stabilizer muscles in your leg, and we need good balance. This actually prevents falls. Did you know that? If our ankles are sluggish, if they're tight, we're not going to be able to walk correctly, and we're more prone to trip and fall. So this is fall prevention, friends. Good. And relax here. Excellent job. Okay, now we're going to begin with the workout. So let's go ahead and grab your hand weights. We're going to start off with squats. So choose your level of resistance, whether it's sand weights or hand weights or your can of beans. I'm going to be doing the beginner version, and Erin's going to be doing a little bit more intermediate, but we're going to start standing in front of a chair or not in front of a chair like Erin. So you make sure that your feet are chair leg distance apart. So look behind you, look at the chair, make sure it's directly behind you because it's going to be our target. We're going to roll the shoulders back. We're going to make the crease, and we're going to do 12 reps. So we're going to push the hips back, tap the chair, and then come back up to a standing position. Good. So this is really going to challenge your balance and your level of flexibility in the hips and in the thighs, as well as the ankles. But we need this. No matter how old you are, you can always do a squat, just as we've demonstrated here with you today. 8. Very good. Good. So we have 4 more. You can do it. Keep your shoulders down and relaxed. One more time. Beautiful. Excellent. Very good. We're going to relax here. Go ahead, set your weights down. Move your chair out of the way. And you're going to find your coffee table or your bench or your couch, whatever you have that's about knee distance high, okay? And we're going to walk real close to it. Get real close. Push your hips back like a squat. Make sure your hands are flat, and we're going to walk out one leg at a time. Right side and then left side. Do you feel your core? Now come together and reach for the sky. Go again. Right side, left side. Together, together, and reach. Good. Now we're going to go for 1 minute. On your mark, get set, and go. 1 minute here.
Now, you might be asking, what does this do? Where should I feel it? Good question. You should feel it everywhere. You should feel it in your shoulders, your chest, your abdominals, and your legs. We like this one a lot because it really works everything. It's dynamic, it's functional, and it's a good way to build strength. Now, the lower the bench, the harder it is. If you were to do this on the floor, you're gonna have to pull more of your body weight. So because we're using a bench, it's modified, it's a little bit easier, but you can work your way down to doing this on the floor. So always set goals for yourself. We've got 10 seconds. Let's pick up the pace a little bit.
All right.
Back, together. Last 4 seconds.
One more time.
Crank it out.
Good job. Relax.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna keep working those shoulders. We're gonna do some alternating overhead shoulder presses. So if you have weak shoulders or you have some mobility issues in your shoulders, try very, very light or even no weights. Erin's using 1-pounders, I'm gonna be using 5s. I'm gonna take the chair option. You can do these seated or standing. So we're gonna bring the weights up to the shoulders. You're gonna stand or sit tall. We're gonna push the right arm up, straightening it out, bend it, bring it down with control. Left arm, and bring it down with control. The thing with hand weights to remember is that we never wanna swing or use momentum with these hand weights. There's a time and place for swinging a weight, such as a kettlebell swing, but when we're doing an overhead press, we wanna be more precise. We wanna be more careful as we load the weight up and as we bring it down. Good, so I want you to also keep in mind pulling the shoulder blade down as you press up. So in other words, you're not hiking the shoulder up to the sky, but you're depressing it down as you reach up. So you see the difference there?
Last 3.
Good. Remember to pull the weight back, and so it's not going forward, but back. Good. Are you getting a hold of it? You feeling your shoulders?
One more time.
Good. Excellent.
Very good.
Now we're gonna go back actually to the squats. Remember those squats with the chair? Erin's gonna do air squats, no chair. I'm gonna be using a chair for my target. So hold your weights if you want to. Make sure your chair is behind you. And here we go, we're gonna do 12 reps. Good. Push your knees out, east and west, so that your hips can activate. If we are buckling in like this, what do you think is gonna happen to the health of our knees? They will suffer, and our hips will not get the workout. So we wanna push the knees out as we go down and stand up tall.
This is number 10.
Good,
Keep
2
going.
more.
11
You can do it.
and 12.
Very good.
Wonderful.
So go ahead, set your weights back down.
We're gonna find our bench, our coffee table. You're breathing, right?
Keep breathing.
Yes. Stay with us. Now we're close to the table, feet are shoulder width. We're gonna go down and back for 1 minute. And here we go. Reach, down, back, and reach. So I really want you to focus on taking that deep breath in as you go down. And what that does, the breath in, acts as like a girdle of support around your trunk. That's right. And it protects your lumbar spine. Did you know that? That the breath can actually protect our back. Our bodies are amazingly designed.
That's right.
By a very wise creator. Keep going. We've got about 27 seconds. So again, you can play around with the pacing. You can take it up a notch, or if you're starting to get tired, go a little bit slower, but try to keep moving with us. You're doing really well. Keep in mind too, that our arms are straight. We're not bending at the elbow, we're not bending at the knee. Last 2. Crank out 1 more. And relax.
Excellent job.
Very good.
Okay, are your shoulders burning? Are your abs activated? I feel more stable in there already. I hope you do too. Okay, we're gonna do our overhead shoulder presses once again, friends. This is the last round, so be wise on which weight option you choose. If you wanna challenge yourself and your core a little bit more, you can stand. Are you ready? We're gonna do 24 alternating with the arm. And here we go. Press up and pull it down. Up and down. Did you know that when we reach overhead, it causes the heart to work more? Yes. So whenever you're doing something, you're reaching up into your cabinet, or you're doing an overhead shoulder press, or even a chin up or a pull up. You know why they're so hard? It's because it causes the heart to work, to beat harder. Oh, we're halfway there, friends.
Excellent
We've
job.
got 12 more. Good. Now I want you to really keep your back straight. Keep the natural curve in your back. Some people like to move their back as they press, which is not a wise thing to do. We want to stabilize in the core and keep your trunk really still. The only thing that's moving is your arm and your shoulder blade. 3. Good. Last 2. 2. Keep breathing. The weight. And 1. Excellent job. Quick water break. Sip that water. Remember, if we drink it too fast, we could get nauseous, or you get that side stitch. Nobody wants that. Side stitches are bad. Okay, now, what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab your chair again. We're gonna go into a different circuit. We're gonna do what's called a static lunge. Now I'm gonna go weightless, but Lauren's gonna use weight. What you're gonna do here is you're gonna hold with the inside hand the back of your chair, and you're gonna take your outside leg and you're gonna kickstand it. You know how a bike has a kickstand to keep it from toppling? We've got our trailing side, that's our kickstand, okay? And we wanna stay as tall as we can in our spine. Remember, grow an inch, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend both knees and we're gonna descend down like an elevator, and we're gonna come back up, straighten that front leg. And again, down and up. And Lauren's counting for me. We're gonna do 8 on each side. Now, a few things about the lunge. They're hard. Don't be upset if you can't quite get down as low as we can. Work your way down to the floor. You might say, I can do halfway. That's fine. Do what you can. Based on the mobility of your hip, the strength of your hip, plays a role. Last one. Good, one more. Do you feel that burn in your hips?
Yes.
And release it. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna turn the opposite direction. Make sure you're holding onto your chair, but you're not depending on it. Okay? It's just for guidance. Now we're gonna take the outside leg and we're gonna kickstand again. Tall spine, grow an inch. We're gonna breathe in and descend. In and out, straightening at the top. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. So we want to try to feel this on the right cheek, okay? Right cheek. So we're putting a lot of our emphasis on that side. Keep going. We have one more. One more time. And stepping together. How did that feel? They're challenging,
Great.
aren't they?
Yes. I can feel the activation there for sure.
Okay, friends, we're gonna do fast feet. Have you heard of fast feet? Erin's gonna take the advanced option standing. I'm gonna be doing it from a chair. What it's gonna look like, we're gonna lift the heels off the floor, just a few inches. Toes are into the floor and we're gonna run. Let us demonstrate real quick. Okay, so I'm trying to move my legs as fast as I can. And relax. So what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be doing a sprint out. Fast feet sprint. We're gonna do 3 rounds, 15 seconds each. So try to push yourself really hard in those 15 seconds. We're gonna be taking little breaks in between those sets. Are you ready? Heels up, abs braced. Here we go. Go. Good, run it out. There's a bear, it's chasing you. Run. Faster. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
And
Stop.
Stop.
Okay, we're gonna march it out. How did that feel? Good. Feel all the blood rushing everywhere? Well, that's what we want. We have 2 more rounds of that. That's right. Let's get ready. Roll those shoulders. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're gonna get ready. Lift the heels off the floor and go. Run it out. It's tight. Run it out. Push into the floor. For 5, 4, come on. 3, 2, 1. March it out. Whew. Good. Okay, where do you feel that? My thighs. Okay, I feel a lot of that in my lower leg, but I also feel my thighs as well. You can feel it all over in your legs. That's totally right. For those of you who are standing, you want to tighten. Don't forget your trunk, okay? We're ready. Athletic position, like a tennis player on the court. On your mark, get set, go. 8, 9, 10, come on, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and march it out.
All right.
Ooh, did that bring the heart rate up a little bit? A little sweaty now? Good for you. We need it.
Okay,
Detox.
friends. We're gonna do some back rows next. Are you ready?
We're gonna grab your elastic tube row. Now, if you don't have elastic tube, no problem. Grab your hand weights. Okay? So, you're gonna get in your chair. If you have an elastic tube, go ahead and place it underneath your feet with your feet close to each other. Make sure your feet are secure to the floor because you know if you lift up, the tube's gonna come back. So we wanna secure the weight into the floor with your feet. Press, press into the floor. Straighten out your arms. Erin has her hand weights resting on her thigh. I have mine out in front of me as well. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull back. Elbows come back, and then we're gonna straighten the arms. We're gonna pull back. We're gonna do 15, by the way. Can you do 15? Oh yeah.
We will try.
Okay, so what we wanna do is we wanna pull the wrists back to the rib cage, whether you have hand weights or whether you're using a tube. We want to pinch the shoulder blades together such that you have a piece of paper between the blades. We want to squeeze that piece of paper as hard as you can as you bring the elbows back. Good. This works all over the arm. It works the latissimus dorsi and the stabilizers of the back. Good. How are you doing?
I feel it.
Can we do 3 more? Yes. You're doing so well out there. Good. Sit tall, brace your abs. Can you do 1 more? Last one. Very good. Okay, so the next one, we're gonna work the biceps. So I'm gonna stand for this one. Lauren's also gonna stand, but notice how she's standing. She's got one leg over the tube. Why is that? This actually makes it easier. If she were to stand with both feet, this makes it a lot harder. Now, if that's what you're looking for, then stand on the tube with both feet. But if you wanna make it a little bit easier, just use 1 foot. Now from here, I'm gonna stand with my feet shoulder width. I've got my wrists facing away from my thighs, and I'm gonna curl up with control, and I'm gonna lower with control. So we wanna think slow movements here. And we're gonna go for 15 reps. Are you ready? Here we go. We're gonna add some variations today with our curls, kind of like our previous video. We wanna try to glue the elbows tight to the rib cage. This helps us to keep our posture nice and tall. Now for this next one, I want you to turn your wrists so they face your thighs. We're gonna do what's called a hammer curl. And we're gonna keep the wrist facing the body the whole time. So we're working different fibers here. We need some variety, don't we? Good.
Yes.
Great.
Variety is great.
Let's do 2 more here. Practice makes better, right?
Oh, yes.
1 more time. Okay, now we're gonna lower back down with control, and we're gonna keep the wrists where they are, but as we come up, we're gonna twist the wrists so they face your shoulders toward the top. And then we lower back down. So the wrists face you, and then the wrists face your shoulders. The wrists face your thigh, the wrists face your shoulders. Do you feel that? Keep breathing.
I do.
Exhale up, I feel it. Let's do 2 more for the sake of practice. Good. Squeeze your buttocks. Again, we don't want any movement in our lumbar spine. And relax here. Very good.
Wonderful.
Quick water break, and we're gonna repeat that circuit, friends. We're doing okay. So what was the first exercise we did? Do you remember? It's the lunges. That's right. Go ahead, grab the lunge. I'm gonna try it weighted this time. So we've got the inside hand holding onto the chair. We're gonna kickstand that outside leg, and we're gonna go down and up for 8 counts. Here we go. Down and up. We wanna focus on the glute in our leading leg. Okay, that's where we wanna feel it, in the buttocks. on that leading leg. Is that where you're feeling it?
Yes.
We want to descend slow, and then you could come up a little bit more quickly. Descend slow and shoot up.
Last one.
Good. You're getting the hang of it. Now we're going to turn to face the other direction. Got the hand on the bench, and we're going to kickstand the back leg, the outside leg, right? We've got the posture is tall, and we're going to go down, and we're going to come up. And we're going to go down, and we're coming up. Like an elevator. We don't want to move from our trunk. It stays still. The only thing moving, we're just bending our knees. That's all we're doing. Bend the knee. Get as low as you can for your comfort level.
Good. Last two.
Shouldn't feel it in your knees. Should not feel it there. Good.
Last
one
one.
more. Down and up. Great way to tone the hips and thighs. Okay, our next leg toner, and also will get your heart rate elevated here aerobically, are the fast feet. Take the option with Erin to be standing. Take the option with me, a little easier, seated. Now we're gonna lift the heels off the floor and we're gonna run with it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you all ready? Let's go. 15 seconds. Run it out. Come on, it's a wolf this time. Oh, not a bear, it's a wolf. You gotta sprint. Push into the floor. 4, 3, 2, march it out. Now remember, it's easy to hold your breath when you have to do something fast, so keep that air flowing. Keep telling yourself, breathe in, breathe out. Are we ready for round 2?
I'm ready.
Get in that position, on your mark. Get set, and breathe, and go. Good. Nice and tight in your trunk. Right, friends? 4, 3, 2, relax. March it out. These bursts of speed are what we call intervals. We're going up and down. Bring the heart rate up and down. Okay, next one, last one. All right, position, hips back, go. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and relax.
All right.
Very good.
Nice.
Whew. Okay, we're gonna grab your elastic tubing or your hand weights. And maybe you wanna do it with weights this time if you did it with elastic tubing last set. Just challenge your muscles in different ways. Whatever you have exercise equipment-wise in your house, I encourage you to get it out, dust it off. You know, you never know what you'll find under your bed these days. So hopefully you have an exercise tube under there. If you don't, just go to the store and buy one. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna do 15. Let's pull those elbows back and squeeze at the same time. Straighten out those arms. Good. All right. Now, with those at the elastic tube, you can adjust the weight a little bit. If you want to make the exercise harder, take your feet wider. That's going to stretch out the band a bit more, give you some more resistance. If you want it easier, take your feet together. But remember, keep pressing into the tube so it doesn't get away from you when you're working out with it. You're doing really well. Can you do 5 more with us?
Yes.
Good. We're working our posture muscles. Do you want to be taller? Do you want to stand straighter? Do these exercises several times a week. 15 reps. It doesn't take long. And how many? Last one. Very good. And release. It takes discipline, friends. If you want to make changes in your body, you got to keep working at it. And don't give up. That's right. And we've got our last strength training move. Remember what it is? That's right. It's your bicep curls. What we're going to do, you've got Lauren with the tube. You can follow her. I'm going to use my opposite foot this time. Good idea. We've got the wrists so they face away. We're going for 5. Here we go. Nice and slow, right? We're not using momentum. This is actually a really good move, not only for your arms, that's obvious, but your posture as well, your scapula. Think about stabilizing back here in your shoulder blades. Just like we did for our plank on the bench. Okay, now we're gonna twist. And so our wrists are facing our thigh and we're gonna come up. Hammer curls. Hammer curl right here. Elbows are close to your side. Just start to really feel some burning here. Good, now if you're using the tube, grab all the way around the loop. So it makes it easier to pull up. One more here with the hammer curl, and then we're gonna add the twist. Are you ready? So the wrists face your thigh, and then they face up toward the shoulder and back down. Add that twist. Twist it up. Try to squeeze the handles like you're wringing water out of a sponge. Squeeze tight. Believe it or not, this activates your lat muscles. And we want to use our upper back. Good. Let's do 2 more. This is 1, and release, and 1 more time, and release. Rolling the shoulders. Feel that little pump. Go ahead, set that down. And we're gonna move to our aerobic circuit, but before we do that, grab your water. Remember our tip is to sip.
Amen.
Okay, friends. Okay. Erin's gonna lead you through the first cardio drill. We have 2 with 2 rounds. Okay, so now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna stand with our feet about shoulder width. We're gonna take 3 steps one direction and then 3 steps to the opposite direction. It's called a side shuffle. Just watch us here for a moment so you can get the idea. 1, 2, 3, and the other way. 1, 2, and 3. So when we run it out, 1, 2, 3, tap, 1, 2, 3, tap. You think you can get a handle on that? Let's try it. 30 seconds, hinge position, stay on the balls of your feet. We want to stay light. Good point. We want neutral spine. Neutral spine, you've got that natural curve in your lower back. Hold that position. And here we go. 30 seconds, go. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Keep going. And go. So this is excellent for the hips. This is what we did similarly to our warm-up. Similar, right? Just got more bend in the knee. We're almost done. Good. We're gonna do one more. Tap and relax. March it out. Hey, grab some water if you need to. You did a great job. We want to hear from you. How did that go? How was the side shuffle? We value your responses, so keep the comments coming. Now what we're gonna do next is a pivot punch, but we're not gonna jump with it. So you're gonna turn your feet so that they face one direction, as well as with the outside arm. And what we're gonna do is we're going to quickly turn our trunk left and right. So we're having to move our shoes to accommodate for the twist. What this can do is strengthen your core. And we're gonna use our arms. So punch with this. And we're gonna drive the heart rate up. We're gonna spike it up. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you all ready? Well, let's go. 30 seconds. Good. I want you to keep your abs tight. Maybe you're thinking, is this a boxing class? Well, sure it is. Make it what you want. If you want to go slower, go slower. If you want to go faster, go faster. We want to get the heart rate up. It's up. Good. We're using our obliques when we twist like this. So keep your abs tight. Keep them tight, friends. Last one. Relax. Oh, march it out. How you doing? Sip that water if you need to. We've got one more round at each one of those. So that just means more practice. That's what we need.
Home stretch.
We're almost done. Okay, are you ready? We're gonna do our side shuffles. 3 one direction, 3 the other. On your mark, get set, go. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 2, 3, tap. Keep going. Good. Light on your feet, right? Think about that tennis player on the court. Get that ball. Keep going. It's fun. You got to have a good time with these. Keep smiling. Good. Almost there. And march it out. That was 30 seconds. That wasn't too bad, was it? Not bad. Are you breathing hard? Is this workout too hard for you? Is it too easy? Let us know. Okay, we're gonna do the pivot punch one more time. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's start with the opposite direction this time. Swivel your feet the opposite direction where you start. We started here last time. Let's start here. Arm out. Put the other arm near your face. Fist near the face. Protect the jaw. Ready? 30 seconds. Here we go. Punch it up. Good. Use those arms. Can you straighten out the arm? We want to avoid jostling the knee, right? We're using our toes. Use your toes. Good. Even shift your hips back if you want to. You can go low. You can stay high. Make it your workout. Come on, almost there. Last 2. And relax. March it out. Right. You did so well. You are actually done with your workout, but we're going to take you through 3 static stretches. You ready for those? Let's grab a sip of water and then we're going to grab our chairs. Everybody's going to need a chair for all of these stretches. We're going to show you 3, like Erin said. But they're designed to help your muscles recover from the work that we just gave them. Okay? So you're going to stand in front of your chair. We're going to turn to the left. You're going to place your hand, the inside hand, on the inside of the chair. And what we're going to do is you're going to prop your leg up, starting at the knee, onto the chair like so. Now for some people, they can feel this stretch. It just depends on what level of flexibility you are. Everybody's different. Everybody has different needs, flexibility-wise, and different abilities. If you don't feel a thing here, we need to make it harder. So let's make it harder. If you want to go with us, grab the lip of your shoe, or Erin's grabbing the roof of her shoe, and you're going to pull the shoe towards your buttock. Now notice we're bending our elbows. We have a good amount of flexibility in the front of the thigh, but if you don't, I encourage you to straighten your arm. So you're just pulling your foot halfway up versus all the way. Now if you can pull it all the way, good for you. Excellent work. You can work up to it if you can't yet. Good, now we're going to breathe through that, keep the spine tall. Inhale through the nose, exhale through your mouth. Good. Let's do one more breath like that. We want to hold these stretches longer than the beginning to lengthen out the muscles that we've just worked. That's usually the rule of thumb. So we're going to relax that leg, bring it all the way down to the floor. What we do to one side, we do to the other. We do to the other. So we're going to get the other side, the opposite leg now this time. We're going to prop the leg up. If this is your level of flexibility and you feel it, please hold and breathe. If you need more, follow Erin and me. We're going to pull the leg up toward the buttock. If you need to bend the elbow to pull it further in, please do so. Or straighten the elbow for less of a stretch. Very good. Are you holding on to the chair or can you balance? You know, this one can be done without a chair. Yes. But this is a modified version of a quadriceps workout. We call it the quad, meaning 4. There's 4 muscles in the thigh. Very good. Okay, we're going to relax the leg down and bring the leg to the floor. Very good. So now the next one, you're going to find your chair and you want to have a wide stance. We're going to stretch the inner thigh and the upper back at the same time. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our feet firmly rooted to the ground. We're going to lean forward and you want to keep your arms straight. Try to push your knees apart, east-west direction. Do you feel that in the groin area? Do you feel that? Right here. Excellent. Yes. Groin or inner thighs, what's also known as the adductor muscles. That's right. There's 3 adductor muscles and they get tight. So this is a great way to stretch them out. Now we're going to rotate the right shoulder to the left foot. Do you feel that across your upper back, across the scapula? Hold that for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and release. Now we're going to keep the arms straight. We're going to roll the left shoulder to the right foot. Do you feel that? Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We want a slower, longer exhale. We want to release all that byproduct. And we're going to switch again one more time. Right shoulder, left foot. You got it? This is a good challenge for our brains today. We need to challenge our minds. Switch sides one more time. Really lean forward, push away. You deepen that stretch. But part of stretching is breathing. They go hand in hand. Don't hold your breath. And release it. Excellent job. Let's bring the legs together. We're going to stretch the shoulders and the chest, as well as the neck muscles. So we're going to bring, from a seated position, you're going to bring the arms out in front of you. Just point the thumbs down, and then we're going to bring the hands behind. If you're able to get that range of motion. Now, if you're unable to get that range of motion, you're going to see from where I'm seated, keep your hands low
Now, if you are able to go up, travel up the chair back and get a good grip. So you can grip wherever you want on the back of the chair, however flexible you are. We're going to look to the right. We're going to look to the right, turn the head, and you're going to feel a stretch in the neck. Good. Breathe, and then exhale. We're going to look back to the center, and then we're going to look the opposite direction. Good. Now keep in mind, as you have your arms back, your shoulder blades are pinched together. So this is really a good back release and a good chest release. Let's look back to the center, and we're going to walk our hands down safely. Always get out of a stretch, nice and slowly. Roll those shoulders back. Friends, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed this workout. Please let us know your thoughts. Leave your comments. We'd love for you to subscribe, so please hit the subscribe button as well as a thumbs up if you like this video. We want to do more videos for you, so let us know what you'd like to see. Do you want challenging videos? Do you want more beginner videos? Let us know, and we will strive to do the best we can to meet your needs. Thank you so much again. We'd like to leave you with a quote. It's very inspirational, by Ellen G. White from the book Ministry of Healing, and it goes like this: "The body is the only medium through which the mind and the soul are developed for the upbuilding of character." That's right. So powerful. It's the only thing that we can take with us. And so wherever you are in your fitness journey, keep striving one day at a time. Give it your best, pray that it be blessed, and let God do the rest. Thank you so much for working out with us. We will see you in the next video. Bye.